striking.
Now, position it. Let's turn the overhead. Somebody get the overheads for me? Let's position it for Rembrandt lighting. Okay, so you're now on the broad side, so you just moved it to the wrong side. Okay, let's take a look. What defines Rembrandt lighting?
The triangle under the
Okay,
nose.
so we've got the triangle, but the thing that I think is not really working for Rembrandt lighting is the fact that we've got this light going through here. The shadow of the nose should kind of come down and close off all of this.
Yeah.
So if we want that shadow to come down, what do we have to do with the light? The light needs to go up. And you're starting at the top, which is absolutely correct. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. A little more. Boom. All right. All right. Well, here's what we're doing, by the way. We're going to do just a very standard, very kind of quick, down and dirty sort of interview lighting setup. 3-camera, 3-point lighting setup, right? And then we're going to turn it into something else. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that every time he moves his head, he changes our lighting setup. That's because we shoot things that move. And something that's in Rembrandt lighting in 1 second will probably not be in Rembrandt lighting the next second. I'm going to just go back and create it just so that we keep that so we can see it. Okay. In a 3-point lighting setup, we now need a fill light. The key light, their main exposure. In fact, let's see where we are. What percentage are we on this light, guys?
37.
37. Wow. Crank her up to 100. Let's start at 100. We'll work our way down.
Close my
Is it
eyes.
100?
Yeah, I did say 100.
All right.
I'm gonna keep my eyes closed.
You're gonna probably want to.
Let's see.
That's 100.
Okay.
So is the sun coming at me or what?
All right. Now these are daylight, which means the color temperature ought to be what? Blue, but what number?
2500?
Nobody knows the color temperature of the sun.
No. 3200 something?
That's tungsten.
Okay, no.
We have to go to 56.
Okay.
That light is a 5600 light. So we're telling the camera that we want it to see that light as blue. Okay. Now, let's see. We have got our settings here. We are on 5600K. So we're at MP4. Now I can go to 1/48th of a second. All right. This is light meter. I think we've used these before. There's a sensor right here, right? If the sensor is uncovered, I can use it to read the reflected light. If it is covered by this little white dome, I can use it to read the direct light, which is what I'm going to do. So this is telling us that we should be at an F10, which would be about there. Okay. Now, one of the things I mentioned to the class on Tuesday is, and this is a little troublesome. Most cinematographers will tell you that they will try to overexpose skin tone by about a stop, which would take us to about there. There's a problem with this thing. I know that we are aware that institutional racism is a thing of the past and no longer exists. Do you remember the second day of class when I was very sarcastic? This is institutionally racist. Because every piece of equipment that we have manufactured in order to determine what proper exposure is based on white skin tone. So when I point this that way and it gives me a reading, it's giving me a reading assuming that he's white, which is something we have to look out for. Color. All of our color charts are completely based on white skin tones. So we have to keep that in mind. You know, if you were wearing all black and your clothing was important, I'd need to overexpose a little bit to see your clothing. By the same token, if your skin is darker, I may have to overexpose a little bit just to get your skin properly exposed, okay? Which means I might have to overexpose like a stop and a half, depending on. So it's something just to keep an eye on, you know, as you go, understanding that this equipment has been designed for white people. It's 2023 and I've still got to tell people that crap. Okay. All right, so we got a proper exposure there. We need a fill light so that we can control these shadows. That's going to be an aperture 120D. It's going to need to be set up over there beside the camera. And I need a couple of people to now do that. Leap up, guys. We don't have a lot of time. Working in this industry is working fast. Let's put it on a light stand. We're going to run out of C stands. There are light stands in the kit over here. Since we're trying to fill in the shadows that we're seeing from the camera, a fill light is usually most effective being as close to the camera as possible. So just like the 300, there's only one input on this light. So the first thing we're going to do is take this damn thing off. All right, first thing you got to do is find that input and see what kind of a pin it requires. So it's a 5-pin, right? So you put a 5-pin in. Now the other end of that cable, can I plug it into a wall socket?
No.
Okay, then I got to plug it into something else, and this is the only other thing I've got. Okay. And what does it say here? Output, right? Because we're trying to get electricity to go into the light. So that's perfect. So now I need to figure out a way to plug that into an electrical outlet. So what kind of cords do we have? Look like that fits something under there? Just till it's
To the left, to the right.
the right. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Yeah.
Right? Now we can take this. This doesn't have what that one has, which I'm so glad you guys found that, the connector that will hold it onto the stand. We'll just have to kind of finagle it, hang it somewhere, or set it somewhere. We'll put it there. All right, and now we've got all sorts of outlets and stuff all behind us. We can plug it in. Let's say striking just in case it's turned on and we don't know it.
Striking.
Okay. And it didn't strike, thank goodness. All right, so let's do strike it. You know how?
Striking.
All right. What is this percentage-wise?
42.
Let's take it up. Just take it up to 100 for a minute. Let's see something here. All right. As we will recall, we are getting a proper exposure over here at 10. Okay. Let's kill the key light, please. Fill light is giving us a 9. It is slightly dimmer. I want to look for about 2 stops. I want to at least have a 2-stop difference so I can tell. So let's take that down. That's 8. That's 7. Let's keep going. Right there, 6.3. Now that should be about 2 stops under, but let's see what it looks like. Let's turn on.
Striking.
So we still have the shadows, right? We still can see the Rembrandt lighting. I think I might like it maybe more like 2.5 stops. What's it on right now?
86.
Let's take it down to 75. Yeah, I think I can. Now, this is of course a creative decision, depending on how we want it to look. But I want to be sure we see the distinctions going on here. So I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. The next thing in a traditional 3-point lighting setup is a backlight. And for the backlight, we are going to need a C-stand and one of the 120Ds. So let's everybody start grabbing stuff. We're going to need it over here. And if we can use a battery on this one, it will be valuable. While we're doing that, I would like to put barn doors on everything. So, David, how many barn doors do we have, David? Just 2?
And the 120D kit, yeah. So we fixed it.
And there's none in here. So we've only got 2 total, correct?
I believe so.
All right, we'll leave one off of the.
Ooh. I like that.
Let me get one of the barn doors over here, and let's have one of the barn doors on the back light.
I feel like I'm about to get some smooth jazz playing in the background and some noir like detective stuff going.
So again, these barn doors fit a little differently than some. It's got this piece of metal here. We're going to slide it over the end and then push that into place, and that's what's going to hold the barn doors where they need to be. So we make sure it's on every side.
There's a little switch right here. What do you say when you turn off the light?
Saving.
There we go. All right.
It's like you're saving the battery on it. Or saving the gas, I guess is what it originally was.
Let's strike it back against the JJ's.
Striking!
Yep. I definitely register that.
Okay.
Yeah, that is
This is not how I want this on this C-stand, however. So, let's get it hooked up first. Actually, no, let's not. Let's do this first. I need the arm back on this C-stand. A traditional backlight is from the actual opposite side of the subject from the camera. The problem is if I put a stand here and put the light here, stands in the shot. So I have to offset the base. So hold on to this for a second. Is that next one? So this goes back on here. Do you remember how that worked? It does, right. Yep. Now these arms here have 2 ends. They've got one end that's got this nut on it that allows you to put in flags and sticks and holds things. It's got grippers. It's all that, right? The other end is flat. Oh, it's not all the way on. Okay. There we go, all the way down. So we're going to use this flatter end this time. And what we're going to do is bring that light around here, put it right here. Now, at the same time I'm doing that, I need a sandbag. So that's going to fit on just like it does, all the way in, tighten it really good. I want that sandbag hanging on this end because I've got weight on this end now. I want to make sure it doesn't turn over, okay? Now the other thing I want to make sure of is, so I need you to hold on to this, just don't let go. That's good. The other thing I need to be sure of is that our biggest leg, well, these are not even tight, guys.
As tight as it goes, the C-stand is just broken.
No, it's not. Hold on. Now we find where that locks in.
The sounds of him beating a C-stand from behind.
All right.
Violence.
And now we loosen
It's
this and
always
we
the
can
answer
lower
when it
this
comes
back
to that.
down, hopefully. You got a good hold on that light?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's going to be over here somewhere. So right here. All right, now those legs will not move around. Okay?
Aggressive maintenance.
So what I was doing was now, not this, up here. So David, this is loose up here. I'm going to lift up, turn it so that biggest leg goes towards the weight.
Got it.
Okay? Right. Not too, that's too far.
Right here?
Right there.
Got it.
Okay? Right now we tighten everything down that we loosened. Okay? All right. Since we are going to want this, let's get barn doors on this.
You got it.
I don't think we have enough bar doors for all three.
No, we don't.
Sadness
And then
noises.
do another bunch on the weekend.
I don't think we're going to need it.
Snap on. Press it.
It's snap. I just put on the. You got to put on. Did you get the whole piece of milk? That's it. Okay. All right. We're going to turn it this way because we want it to be pointed at our subject. Okay. Now we have to power this up. So the first thing we have to do is get the cable that comes out of this and get it plugged into the controller. And that controller with somebody else. You don't have to be doing everything. And if Chloe, she's right behind you. She's sitting there doing that. She's falling asleep. She's falling asleep. Wake her up.
Score.
And then it goes on output there. Good.
You got it. You got it. Oh no. Oh no.
You're good. You're good. There you go. We're also going to, oh good, we've already got sandbags on the base. Whoever did that, thank you. Okay. Now actually do me a favor, unhook the cable for a second. It's a little button you push down. Because what we want to do, just keep a hand on this light at all times. What we want to do is wrap this around so it will not be in our way. Now we're going to hook this into there. And we are going to very securely hang this. Why are some of these so much shorter than
So
others?
they usually have a little.
Oh yeah,
plug on.
do we see, is there the thing that connects to this in there somewhere?
I can check and see.
Gonna be just a little strip with a loop?
There we go.
Much more better. And we're gonna make sure it's all the way on. Now, I'll take another set of hands up here, please. With me. We're going straight up. All of our sandbags.
These are the dark houses.
Okay. Until we are out of the shot.
I'm not very tall, Will.
That's okay. We are good.
I can slide.
Tighten that really tight.
Oh, my computer.
Okay, now we should be able to
Somebody
walk
get him an
away.
apple box.
Okay? All right. I'm going to angle this a little bit more towards our subject. Let's take it up just a little bit more. I'm going to try to keep it out of the camera.
This feels so precarious.
It's a little precarious.
And if it falls on me, I won't sue.
I
Most likely.
You said it now.
It depends on how bad the damage
You
is.
said
I
this
get.
now.
It's not in writing yet, so I guess I'll do it.
I'll get it in
I'll
my
sue the
shot.
school. I won't sue my own.
We can hang it up there. I'm still reaching. Okay.
I think I just saw your life flash.
Can we please
Yeah.
fire that up
Striking?
and turn it up to 100?
Is that 100?
It is. Do you keep getting taller, or do this camera keep?
I slouched, so I don't know if something the camera's happening or not. I shouldn't have gotten taller. I specifically went down to get out of the top of the
Okay, all right. Okay. If we've got this 2 to 3 stops lower than that, we'd probably like our backlight to be 2 or 3 stops hotter. And right now we are looking at an f29, which we can't even do on this camera. So let's bring it down. Somebody get on this and start bringing it down for me, please.
790.
Keep going. All right, let's try there a second. All right, that's a 16. We're at a 10. That's again about another 2.5, 3 stop drop. Okay. Now, I don't particularly like the way this looks. I think we have a decent sort of separation between the key light, the fill light, and the backlight. The fill light being a little dimmer, the key light being a little brighter. Okay, and that let's turn off. Let's see what everything's doing real quick. Let's turn off the key light and the fill light. Somebody should stay on every light. All right, so that's what the backlight is doing, and I do feel like maybe it should be a little hotter. So let's take it up to about.
What you're in witness protection.
Okay, what the backlight is doing is creating an outline to separate our subject from the background. That's its function. Okay, let's turn the fill light on and turn the key light off. I'm turn the backlight off.
Striking.
So that's what our fill light is doing. It's underexposed a couple of stops, and it's filling in the shadows that are being created by this. And we've already seen what this looks like. So let's turn all the lights back on again. The thing I want to look at now is that the background looks like absolute utter dog shit. Okay? I'm also not terribly happy with how harsh the shadows are on my subject. So I need a C-stand. Who hasn't put up a C-stand yet? Bring it on.
You got this.
And somebody else come over and get the silk.
I thought it was flagging.
Well, you pulled out one of the good ones. So
Oh, I got lucky.
yeah, all you really have to do
Yeah, one of the 3 good
pull
ones.
this up, start spreading them around. I think the other way. Bring this.
I cannot stop doing it.
Okay, pull this around. Keep pulling around the circle. Okay, is it in place?
Yeah, it should be. Feels like it is.
All right. Anything moved? Okay, you're good. All right. Now we're going to use the nut end. What do we call these things again? Anyway, all right. So we're going to bring this out. We can get past the. All right, where's the biggest leg? There it is. We are going to actually go over here on the other side. Bam, bam, bam. Three Stooges routine, I think. Okay.
I get concussed when you take my house.
So that pin is designed to fit into right there. Now it's not going to go through the middle.
Yes.
All right, so shove it through so it comes out here.
Where do you want it at?
Get it like
Just put it in, we can adjust it later. All right, let me tighten that. Okay? Now there's one edge of this that's open, which will create a lesser shadow. So we have a tendency to want to bring that to the bottom. Let's level it out, just for all practical purposes. Now this is what I want you guys to do. I want this to be out of camera, but I want it to be between the key light and our subject. But I don't want it to affect this. I want the hard light to keep hitting the wall. I want to soften the light on him. So where does it need to go? We need a sandbag over here at some point too. Okay, don't even mess with that. Just leave that completely alone. Just go straight up. You will thank me later.
Get a little closer, bud.
Don't get too close, you're in the shot.
You're in shot.
Just go. Okay, good. Now, let's also do this. Let's go up high enough
The big one pointing towards me, yeah.
so that a little bit of the hard light is hitting kind of down here, right? So this edge is hitting about there. You know what I'm saying? So go up. Go up. Go up till I'll tell you to stop. How's that? Oh, so you weren't even shadowing him yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right, there we go. All right.
But it's on the back wall.
It is on the back wall, so how do we fix that?
Back up. Move the chair out of the way.
Watch out for the board.
Okay, now, keep going up a little bit. You need another set of hands on, or are you okay?
I'm good.
Keep going up. I want to get some of the hard light on his chest a little bit. Over his shoulders. So let's lock it in right there. Okay, now this is going to change a lot of stuff. Because we just softened the light, but we also diminished the light. So we're going to have a whole different reading at this point. Do me a favor, let's kill the fill, and let's kill the back so I can get a good solid reading here. We were at 10, we are now at 6.3. And we're going to base our exposure. And everybody keep an eye on this. If it falls out of focus, please tell me. It's in focus, right?
It looks a little fussy.
Do you have focus speaking on this game?
Yes. But it's only on the...
Oh, okay.
I mean, it is.
This is where things get dangerous. All right.
As long as you're doing the dangerous things and not us. I'm kidding, of course.
Is that right? It's not peaking very well on this. Hold on. Okay, gotta come this way. Right there?
Right there.
Is that right, guys?
Yeah.
This is the eyesight? Okay, all right.
See.
So now, we're properly exposed. We've still got Rembrandt lighting, but the shadow is much softer.
Wait, oh.
Sorry. Now, the problem is, since we took that down 2 stops, we're going to need to take our fill light down 2 stops. Let's turn the fill light on,
Striking.
and let's start bringing it down. Let's do it to the eye first and then see what we get.
Let's hold it at about that.
Gave us.
Maybe just a little bit.
We're at a 6.3 on that.
Damn it, everything looks soft to me because I'm blind.
We're at a 2.8. 2.8. That's about 3 stops. But I kind of
Let's see
like
what that gave us.
that difference. So
We're
we'll
at
go
6.3
on that. We're at a 2.8.
2.8.
Okay.
It's about 3 stops.
Let's get the backlight on. But I kind of like that difference. So we'll go with that. Let's bring it
Okay.
down. Let's get the backlight on.
Striking.
There. Okay. Now, I still hate the background. Let's bring it down. What is that? Is that a chair? Oh, it's every chair. You know. Okay, so I want to do something to break it up. Okay. I need
Slowly
another
slides
C
out of
stand.
frame.
I need another C stand. We're going to try two things, and you guys, let me get the Venetian blinds, if you don't mind. I'm also going to try a flag. Okay, so I want to do something to break this. We need another C
Slowly
stand.
slides out of frame.
Set up on this side. Things, and you guys, let me get the Venetian blinds, if you don't mind. So let's keep in mind what we've been looking at. We've been varying intensities, which is also contrast, right? We just dealt with quality by softening. We've already dealt with angle by deciding on Rembrandt lighting. We've done nothing with color yet other than tell the camera what color these lights are so that we get white light. We've done a little bit of shaping with barn doors. We're getting ready to really start Rembrandt lighting. We've done nothing with color yet other than tell the camera what color these lights are so that we get white light. We've done a little bit of shaping with barn doors. We're getting ready to really start. There you go. Here now. Okay, so let's get the nut out. Hanging this way. Now just like we did with that one. There you go.
Poor recording has me yawning.
Okay, so let's get the nut out. Hanging this way, go all the way out, just like we did with that one, play as we can. Right now, get somebody to put this flag on there. Let's actually loosen that for a second. Let's do this. Just a little bit. Let's bring this out like this so we can get this now tighten.
There's been a lot of me here just sitting with my eyes closed because like directly into my eyes.
Loosen that for a second. Let's do this. Just a little bit. Let's bring this out like this so we can get this now tighten over the top of the center.
There's been a lot of me here just sitting with my eyes closed because like directly into my eyes. I'm pretty sure it was
Right, now we tighten it down. We're going to keep everything kind of level.
and then Joe's feelings.
Now here's what I want to do, guys. I want you to use this flag to shadow the top of the wall from that light.
And then Joe's feelings.
Now here's what I want to do, guys.
Not just somebody
I want you
way
to
off,
use this
like-
flag to shadow. So bring it in over here so we're top of the wall. It almost touches that light. Now let's stay back here. We don't make it. So it's coming your way, okay? Let's kind of do it. So bring it in over here so we're. It almost touches. Now let's raise it until the. Now let's stay top half of that. So wall is shadow. Let's. I can create shadows because I'm still got hard light hitting the wall. It's very difficult to create shadows of any distinction with a soft light. I can create shadows because I'm still got hard light hitting the wall. It's very difficult to create shadows of any distinction with a soft light. I'm trying to get that. Yeah, do it good. You got it? All right, very good, very good. So obviously you're also going to have to, let's keep going up till we get how high we need it. Everything tight? All right, keep going a little bit more. Let's stop about there. Now we're going to have to slide it in until we see it in our shot. So obviously you're also going to have to, let's keep going up till we get how high we need it. Let's bring it down just a little bit. Keep going a little bit more. Let's stop about there. Now we're going to have to slide it in until we see it in our shot. Let's try right there. Let's bring it down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to live with that for a minute. It's not my favorite thing, but I also am still thinking this looks ugly. And the thing that looks the most ugly to me right now is this horrible wooden door. But I don't need the wooden door to be there. Okay, I'm going to live with that for a minute. It's not my favorite thing, but I also am still thinking this looks ugly. And the thing that looks the most ugly to me right now is this horrible wooden door. But I don't need the wooden door to be there. Right. I can give us a little bit of interest back there. Right? We got a little reflection off the door now. It's soft. We can, however, and we will in a minute, work at making it shallower focused. Okay? Back there. But I'm also we got a little better than nothing. Door is what I would say in terms of the wall. But soft. I think we could do something that would be a little more work at making it. So let's bring this down. Okay. But I'm also Now let's get out there and take that.
Better
flag
than
off.
nothing is what I would say in terms of the wall.
You may not
but
think
I
this
think
is
we
more
could do
interesting,
something
you
that
know?
would be a little more.
You can see the, what I thought was
So
interesting, you could
let's
see the
bring
shadow
this
of the
down.
flag in the back when we had it up there.
Could you?
Yeah, because you
Let's
could see
get
like where
out
it
there and
ended on
take
the
that
bottom
flag
half of the frame when we had it.
Okay,
back.
well, we could work on that.
You may
Now,
not
right
notice
here are
this
some
one.
teeth, if you don't.
You
Alright,
see
so
the-
we can
what I thought was-
slide
You could
that
see the shadow of
kind
the
of-
flag in the back.
Could you?
Yeah, because you could see like where it ended on the bottom half of the frame when we had it.
Okay,
back.
well, we could work on that. Now, right here are some teeth. Alright, so we can slide that kind of. Now, let's see if we can position this so that on camera, we're seeing nothing but this pattern. Tighten it for me. Now, let's see if we can position
I would just
this.
go up
and in, is what I would do. So that on camera, we're seeing nothing but.
You kind of get
this
into
pattern.
you can do what he's doing right now, but you end up in all sorts of trouble. Because now you've got it slanted, it may not be how you want to slant it. So what I'm saying is keep this level, all right, tighten that. You kind of get into it, you can do what he's doing right now, but you end up in all sorts of trouble.
Like that.
Because now
No,
you've got it
just use this
slanted,
to
it may
go
not
up.
be how you want to slant it. So
Right,
what I'm saying is
still trying
keep
to-
this level.
All right, tighten that. Okay, you're definitely gonna have to go in. Okay, so you're in the ballpark now.
Now, just use
I'd
this.
back up a little bit.
Right, instead of trying to.
I mean, the whole thing, I'd back the whole, well, no. Well,
You can see
you
it
definitely
in
gonna
the
have to go in.
You can see the corner of it.
Okay, so you're in the ballpark now. I'd back up a little bit.
Yeah, spinning it, see what spinning it did?
I mean, the whole thing, I'd back the whole, well, no. Hold on.
You can see it in the chart.
You can see
So
it.
now we,
It's still
It's
in
in
top.
frame.
So let's.
Top right corner.
Top right corner.
oh,
Very,
the,
very top right.
is this the silk?
Nope, that
No,
No,
was.
it's just that. Okay, there you go,
Venetian
good.
line.
Thank you, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking in that part.
So now we.
It's still in top.
Now, believe me, I'm not saying this
Top
is
right
like,
corner.
oh,
Very,
the Roger
very top
Deakins.
right.
Is this the
But
silk?
this is kind of,
No,
it's just
pretty
that.
okay, there you go.
Now, there's some
Thank you.
things
I'm sorry,
about
I wasn't
this.
looking in that part. Okay?
Well, maybe
Now,
all.
believe me, I'm not saying.
But there's one thing in particular I don't like, and here's what I want to do with this now. I want to look at this for a
But this
minute
is
and
kind
go,
of
okay,
pretty
we
standard.
kind of
Now,
did
there's some
almost,
things about
we did
this.
everything. We decided not to use.
Well, maybe all of us.
But there's one thing in particular I don't like.
Every
Here's
light
what I want to do with this
is
now. I wanna
basically
look at this
being
for a
read
minute and
as
go,
white.
okay,
We decided on the
did
intensity.
almost-
We
did
decided
everything.
on the contrast.
We decided not to.
Front
use.
to back, all these
Right,
lights
just-
to each other. We decided
Every
on the
light
direction with the
basically being
Rembrandt
read
lighting.
as
We
white.
decided
We
on
decided
the
on the
shape
intensity. We
by
decided on the
breaking up the
contrast.
light that's going onto
Front
the
to
back
back,
wall, so the back wall
all
wasn't
these
this
lights to
one
each other.
solid
We decided
sort of
on the direction of the
just
Rembrandt
bright
lighting. We
thing drawing our
decided
attention.
on
Now,
the shape.
one of the things we can
by
do about the back,
breaking up the light that's going
We
onto the back
can
wall, so the back wall wasn't this
make
one
it a little
solid
more
sort of,
abstract. The closer we get it
just
to the
bright
light,
thing drawing our
the
attention.
less
Now,
specific
one of the things we
it
can
will
do
be.
about the back,
right? So we might
can
decide we'd rather
make it a
have
little
that
more abstract,
than as sharp as
closer
it
we
was
get it to
before.
the light,
I kind of
less
prefer it to
specific
draw a little less
it will
attention
be.
to itself.
right?
We dealt
So we
with
might
background,
decide
right?
we'd
We
rather
can
have
light that
that
room if we wanted to, but
than
I don't
as
really
sharp
want it
as
to
it
draw
was
that much
before.
attention. I've lit that
kind
room
of
with my
prefer
iPhone
to
on
draw
a
little
few
less
occasions
attention
doing this
to
to myself.
itself.
What I want to do
we
now,
dealt
though,
with background, right?
today
We
is
could light that room
really
if we
going to be
wanted
about
but I
low-key
don't really want
lighting.
it to draw
We're
that
doing
much
time,
attention.
okay?
I've lit that room
And
with
next
my
time is
iPhone
going to be about
on
high-key
a few
lighting.
occasions
Low-key
doing this.
lighting is
What I
when
wanna do
most
now,
of
though,
the image is dark.
Today is
And
really
high-key
going to be
lighting is
about
when most
low-key
of the
lighting.
image is
We're doing
bright.
okay? We're doing okay?
We're kind of in the middle.
And next time is going to be about
sort of
high-key
neither.
lighting. Low-key
I mean, I can
lighting
obviously
is when most of the image is
make
dark.
things feel a little
And high-key lighting is when most of the image
brighter
is
if I
bright.
want.
We're kind of in the middle. This is sort of neither. I mean, I can obviously make
But the
things
other
feel a
thing
little
that we can do real quick, and I think might be worth doing,
brighter if I want.
is no, I think the shallow's pretty good. I'm not too worried about the shadow. You know, I can bring this
But the other
down
thing
a
that
little
we can
bit
do real
to make
quick,
it
and I
feel
think
like a little
might be
moodier
worth
and darker.
doing,
But we're kind
is
of
no, I think
correct.
the shallow's
writing
pretty
there.
good. I'm not too worried about
The
the shadow.
first thing
You know,
I
I
want to do
can
and I'm sure many of you will
bring
be
this
happy
down
is
a little
get
bit
rid of the
to make it feel like a
lot
little
of
moodier and
cinematographers now
darker.
kind of hate
We're
that.
kind of
They
correct.
kind of go, why is there
The
always
first
a
thing
bright
I
light
wanna
from
do-
heaven shining on top of every subject in every shot in every movie and every interview? Where is that
A lot
light
of
supposed to be coming
cinematographers
from?
now
What
kinda
is the
hate
point of that light?
They kind of go,
I kind of agree
why is
with
there
that.
always a bright light from
So
heaven
let's
shining
get
on top
this
of every
off
subject
and
in
down.
every shot in every movie and every interview? Where
Especially
is that
as
light
CJ
supposed to
says,
be coming
it does
from? What
still
is the
have
point of that
a
light?
feeling of like,
I kind of agree
I'm
with
so
that.
scared of this light right now.
So let's
I'm all the way
get
over
this
here.
off and down.
I can't
especially as CJ says, it does still
I'd say
have
that
a
in mind.
feeling of
Oh, that's right on the
I
line.
can swirl around.
I'm so scared of this.
I'm just gonna not look at it. Oh, now I can see it. Like, my-
Yeah, now
So
we can
here's
roll
what I'd
around.
like you guys to do, or anybody wants to help. Let's get it off of there and just put it on this as a light stand. So let's get it off of this,
just
take
gonna
this
knock
whole
it.
arm off and
Oh,
put
no.
it on the stand.
Now
So
we can
here's
roll
what I'd like
around.
you guys to do, or anybody wants to help. Okay. Let's get it off of there and just put it on this as a light stand. I'm So not let's get it off crazy
this,
about
Take this whole arm off and put
the
it on
Rembrandt
this.
light. Okay? I'm kind of okay
Okay.
with the Venetian blind look at this.
I'm not
You might
crazy
hold on to
about
that, so I'm not going to get rid of this light.
the Rembrandt light.
But I'm going to bring in
I'm kind of okay
something completely
with the Venetian blind.
sitting over here in the
At this
corner.
point, you might hold on
And
to
you'll
it.
have to get up. You'll have to get up and kind of look at it.
But I'm going to bring in
Let's do this first. First thing I need,
something.
let's
completely
wrap out the silk and the C-stand.
Sitting over here
a
in
couple
the
people
corner.
doing that as quickly as possible.
And you'll have to get up. You'll have to get up and kind of
Get
look
rid
at
of
it.
all.
Let's do this first. First thing I need. Let's wrap out the silk and the C-stand.
I made it. It's a
Couple
piece of
people doing that.
poster
Foam board.
foam board. I got it at the dollar store, and I did that one night watching TV. Got it holes in it. The other one we have, I don't know if we brought it with us. I made it. There's a
Foam board.
there's one made in
Board, I got it at the dollar store.
it's in checkout.
Oh, I gotta check. Did you can check out holes in it? I'm still not.
It's listed as a frame.
Okay.
Right.
There's
No one ever used it. Now, here's what this is.
That's in checkout.
Oh,
And at some point, we'll all have to get up and come and look at that. So that stays
It's
tight. All you do
listed
is
as
pull
a
up that
frame.
ring.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
It's okay that you did that because
Now,
that's what you have to do.
Here's
on
what
that
this
one.
is. And at some point, we'll all have to get up and come and look at that. So that stays
What is
tight.
in
All you do
here?
is pull up that ring.
And I can show you a little bit here.
It's
What
okay
is
that
in
you did that
here
because that's what you have to
is
do.
what's
on the
usually referred to
Okay.
as a China ball. I'm told I shouldn't call it that anymore.
What is in here?
My daughter
I
is
can
Chinese,
show you
calls
all
it a
of
China
it.
ball, so, but
What
I
is
know
in
that doesn't
here?
matter because I'm not Chinese. Never
It's
mind.
what's usually
Um,
referred to as a China ball. I'm told I shouldn't call
Okay.
it that anymore.
Do it.
Now,
My daughter is Chinese. Inside this China ball
I know that
are
doesn't
two
matter 'cause I'm not
comically
Chinese. Never mind.
large, compact fluorescent lights.
Okay.
Do it. That are pretty bright.
Now,
They're also tungsten,
inside
so they're
this
very
China ball
warm.
are
And then
two
it's just a matter of,
comically
you know,
large
I've got a plug going down in there in the top. What is
compact
around
fluorescent
this,
lights
hanging from this
that are pretty bright.
convenient
They're
hula
also tungsten, so they're
is
very warm.
a
And then
cheap
it's just a matter of,
plastic,
you know, I've got a plug
black,
going down in there.
disposable
What is
table.
around
I bought
this
25 of them for like $4. Okay?
is
Now,
a cheap
what am I going to
plastic black.
I am going to try to
disposable
simulate.
tablecloth. I bought 25 of them for like $4.
How many people have seen The Godfather?
Okay.
All right, a lot of people have seen
Now,
The Godfather. What do we think about when
I'm
we think
going
about
to try to
Godfather? light?
simulate something called Godfather.
We can kill this for now, too.
Right? How many people have seen The Godfather?
You like
All right, a
all
lot of
this?
people have seen The
Yeah.
Godfather. What do you
Or what it
what do
looks
we
like, yeah.
what do we think about when we think about Godfather lighting?
I would say, like, it's supposed to convey.
We can kill this for now,
power
too.
that the Godfather
Right.
says.
It's overhead,
Like how it makes you
right?
feel.
The eyes are always kind of in shadow.
Or what it looks like.
Very soft. The room around is
I would say,
dark,
like,
right?
it's
So
supposed
the guy that shot that,
Right. It's overhead, right?
Gordon
The
Willis.
eyes are always kind of in shadow.
did those
Very
scenes by
soft.
constructing a
The room
giant
around
soft
is
box
dark. Right,
about the
so
size or
the
bigger
guy that shot
than that screen that hung from the ceiling. And around
Wills.
the edge of that softbox,
did
he
those
hung
seams by constructing
a material
giant
called
softbox
duvetine, which is a very
about the
thick,
size or bigger
dark,
than
non-reflective
that
material.
screen.
What that
It
meant
hung
was
from
the
the
light
ceiling.
was coming straight
And
down.
around
it
the
was very
edge
soft,
of that
but it would
softbox,
not
he
hit the
hung
surrounding
a material
walls.
called duvetine, which is a very
Okay.
thick, dark.
Now this is
non-reflective
obviously
material.
quite
What
a
that meant was the
miniature
light was coming straight
version.
down. It was very soft, but it would not hit the surrounding walls.
It
Okay.
looks like a death trap in so
Now this is obviously
It weighs almost
quite
nothing.
a miniature version. Yes.
I thought you were just gonna scoot it over me, and I was fully prepared for that.
Now,
It weighs almost.
first thing we need to do is get power to this. This is not going to run off a battery. So we need to find an extension cord. I think there might be one literally laying on top
Now,
of my light kit over there.
first thing we need to do is get power to this. This is not going to run off a battery.
Trying to position this
we
so
need
the
to find
lower
an
side, it's very
extension
difficult
cord.
to
I
get
think
this
there
thing
might be one
balanced out
literally
properly.
laying
The
on
lower
top
side is largely towards the back.
of my light kit over there.
That would be bad. Well, it's going up. It's going up, so that's
Trying to position this
Okay.
so the lower side, it's very difficult to get this thing balanced out properly, because the lower side is largely towards the back. That would be bad. Well, it's going up. It's going up, so that should be fine.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for the warning, David. We love you, David.
Orb.
Let's kill the key light too for a minute, if you will, please.
Alright. David.
All right.
Thank you for the warning, David.
Orb.
I am now going to write an entire script just to use this light.
Let's kill
All
the
right.
key light.
Now, are you going to be sitting like that?
Give me, I was just saying,
You can sit like that. That's fine.
I was just
just-
like look up.
I
If
just
you want
like
to, I can.
I want to light you. Now, see, the further back we
I am now
go,
going to write an
the more the face will be in shadow.
All right.
The
Now,
further
are you gonna be
forward
sitting
we
like that?
come,
I was just saying, I
You
was
the
can
more
sit
we'll
like
get
that, that's
just
fine.
that
I just
shadow
just
of
like
the
that.
eyes. I think the warmth is really
Now,
working
see,
for us too.
the further
The
back we
reason
go,
this is here
the more
is
the
if
face
I
will
start
be
to
in
take
shadow.
this off, notice how the
further
back wall
forward
starts
we
to
come,
light up?
the more
This
we'll
is to
get just
keep the
that
walls
shadow of the eyes.
from catching
I think the warmth
any
is
of the
really
light.
towards too. The reason
Okay.
this is here is if I start to take this off, notice how the back wall starts to light up?
You can still
This is to keep the
As I'm over
walls
here smiling and nerding out.
from catching any of the light.
Hey, Bowen, I have a question.
Okay.
Yes.
Like in interviews where the subject doesn't want their identity known,
Uh-huh.
they're all blacked out.
Yep.
Is that a combination of visual effects
I'm over
and
here
lighting?
smiling.
Or it can be a combination of just lighting and post-production.
Okay. Bowen,
Someone was asking me
Yes.
about silhouettes the other day, right? The trick to silhouettes is
they're all blacked
not
out.
Yep.
Is that a
backlight,
combination of
but
visual
lighting
effects
the
and lighting?
background.
Or
What
it
you have
can
to
be a
do is
combination
light
of
the
just lighting and
background and
post-production.
then make sure there is
Someone was
no
asking me
light on
about
your
silhouettes the
subject,
other day,
or
right? The trick
that
to
any light that's
silhouettes
hitting your
is
subject is
not
so dim
backlight,
that your
but
exposure
lighting the
will turn it to
What
black.
you have to do is light the background.
A lot of people
and
think
then
creating
make
a
sure there
silhouette
is
is
no
backlight,
on
like we
your
had
subject.
on his
Or
head before, and
that
that's
any
that's
light that's
not
hitting
how
your
it works.
subject
Okay,
is
what did
so
I say,
dim that
4.5?
your exposure will
That's going
turn
to
it
also
black.
help us.
Okay. A lot of people think creating
Where
a
are we?
silhouette
Right
is
there.
backlight, like we
That's
had
gonna
on
help us
his
a
head
little bit
before,
with
and
our
that's
depth of
not
field.
how it works. Okay, what did I say?
Since you're leaning
4.5?
forward, let's give it a little bit of a.
That's going to also help us.
Right now, it almost reads as Breaking Bad.
Where are we? Be right
Well,
there.
they used a
that's
lot
gonna
of this
help us
very
a little
similar
bit with our
lighting as well.
depth of
Okay,
field.
I don't
Okay.
want a
Since you're leaning
backlight,
forward, let's give it a little bit of
but
a.
I do want some kind of definition.
Breaking Bad.
So what I
Well,
want
that
to
they
do
used
is
a lot
set
of
up
this
what
very
would be
similar
referred
lighting as
to
well.
as a
Okay,
kicker.
I don't
Striking.
want a backlight.
But I do want
A
some
kicker
kind of
definition.
is a light that just
So
kind
what I
of
want to do
kisses
is set up what would be referred
the side of
to
the
as
face,
a kicker.
right? We're not getting a lot of it because of the hair, but that's okay. We're getting it in the hair.
Do you need to
Is a
move,
light
me to move my
that
hair?
just kind of
Well, I mean, if you just push
kisses
it over that shoulder, maybe a little bit.
the side of the
That'd
face,
be more than enough.
right? We're not getting a lot of it because of the hair, but that's okay. We're getting it in
So you
the
see how we're
hair.
getting that sort of harsh light?
Well, I mean, if you just push it over
Right.
the shoulder, maybe a little bit. Just
Well, I know something we
that'd be
didn't do
more than
before,
enough.
but I'll try to remember to go back and do that later. One of the things I wanted to show you guys before and I forgot is the other
So you
thing
see
that
how
can
we're
be,
getting
that can
that
start
sort
to
of harsh
happen
light?
is your key light and your
Right.
fill light can start to move apart.
I know something we didn't do before.
So
I'll try to
if you
remember
start to
do
move
that
this
later.
If we had
One of
that
the
key
things I
light
wanted to show
on,
you
and you
guys
started to
before I
move this
forgot
fill
is
light over
the other thing
here,
that can be-
the
that
more
can
you
start
do
to
it, the more the
happen is
center
your
of the
key
face
light
goes
and
into
your
shadow.
fill light can start to move apart.
Interesting looking.
So if you start to move this, if we had that key light on and you started to move this fill light over here, the more you do it, the more the center of the face goes into shadow, and that can also be a little bit sinister and interesting looking.
Possible
gives
like a half and half,
some
like
definition.
split lighting with these two
Okay.
different colors. Would that be something you could do? Oh, my bad. I saw like over here and I was like, oh,
Right.
here.
So now, right now, we are color temperatured for this light, which is making this light really kind of nice and warm. Our background, however,
Oh, my
is
bad.
picking up
I saw like
a
over
lot
here and I
more
was like,
light than I
So
wished
now right now
it
we're
were.
color temperature for this light, which
And
is
it's going to
making
be
this
very
light
hard to control
really kind
that
of
because
nice
of the softness
and
of this.
Our
I can.
background, however, is picking up
One thing
a
I
lot
think
more
we can
light than
do.
I wished
It were.
and it's going to be very hard to control that because of the softness of this. I
Can.
This shit's cool.
One thing I think we can do. Hold on.
This is so cool.
Let's bring this down a little bit so that it's a little more, a little brighter. Come on. This will require us to move it forward a little bit. Okay, that gets us back to where we were, right? Right. Okay, and that'll stop spinning in a minute. It's going to give us
a little bit. Okay, that gets us back to where we were, right?
Hold on for a second. I think I'm getting way up bleed on that.
Okay, and that'll stop spinning in a minute.
It's going to give us.
I love the eyeshadows. Obviously, you're under.
God, don't look in the lights, Eddie. Don't look in the lights. Why did that get? Of course, it got brighter. Brighter.
I love the eyeshadows. I don't know where to script
God, don't look in the lights, Eddie. Don't look in the lights. Okay, so that puts us to about.
Why did that get? Of course it got brighter.
Puts us to about. It can't.
Now I look evil.
That
at
cannot
this.
be right. Okay, so that puts us to about. That's too.
It looks like Godfather lighting, just with a lot less like.
I'm sorry.
Now I look evil. at this.
Cannot be right. All right, we need to go to
I got
about
nothing, man. I'm sorry.
there. How are we doing on focus, guys? Those that are closer to it than me.
Looks like Godfather lighting, just with a lot less.
Probably lost it a little bit since he leaned forward.
All right, we need to go to
I
about
got nothing, man. I'm sorry.
there. How are we doing on focus, guys? Those that are closer to it
Sorry,
than
I
me.
had to go John Wick, who's all I can pull off.
How's that look? Is that focus?
Probably lost it a little bit since he leaned forward.
Somebody help me over there.
I'm a comic book nerd at heart.
No, I
Sorry,
love
I had to go John. I
What
just
the
finished
hell
playing the
is
game.
this?
How's that
That's
look?
one
Is
of my
that
two
focus?
I get the game so
I think this.
One of my favorite
I
games.
don't have a PS5, so I have to wait the 2 years it'll take.
Somebody help me over there.
All right, here we
I'm
go.
a comic. It's amazing. It's one of my
that
favorite
about
games
right?
I've played in a while. I just finished
hell
playing the
is
game.
this?
It's Spider-Man 2 game.
I think this came.
One of my favorites.
Still a little soft?
I've seen the first one.
The second one is also good.
All right, here we go.
It's amazing.
Where am I, guys?
Is that about right?
How they did Carnage in that movie is what I've seen.
Yeah.
But I'll have to watch it before I judge it.
I don't.
Still a little
Right
soft.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Where am I,
Okay.
guys?
How they did Carnage in that movie.
I'm not going to be able to darken the background much, so let's actually do something.
Right there?
with it.
Yeah. It's
And let's
Okay,
do
all right.
something with it that we've already done.
Draw a lobster on it.
Okay.
Draw a giant lobster on it and like.
I'm not going to be able to darken
See
the
what you
background much, so let's actually
strike that
do
one?
something with it.
Striking.
And let's do something with it that we've already done.
Draw
Now.
a lobster on it. Draw a giant lobster on it and label it. See what you get.
Did you strike that for me, CJ?
Striking. You're at 0.
Now,
7. 8.
now,
You're at 0.
we've got an extra light we're not using, right?
7. 8.
Let's put it in the back room. Let's take that one. Is that one on? That was plugged in, isn't it?
We'll take this
Well, we're going to be using that one. In fact, let's turn that one back on now again. I'm sorry, I forgot we turned it off. Yeah, so let's take this one. We got plugs in. We got places to plug it in.
That's fucking cool.
Let's take that. Is that one on? That was plugged
Oh,
in.
we
isn't
have
it?
barely got
Well,
this
we're
far.
going to be using that one. In fact, let's turn that one back on now again. I'm sorry, I
The
forgot we
director
turned it off.
behind
So
it
let's
is going
take
to
this
do
one. We got places to
Trying to figure out how to put it in my film, but I know I can't.
Oh, we've barely gotten started.
The director of my life is going
Setup.
trying to figure out how to put them in my
I have a film that I want
but
to do
know I
either
can't.
this summer or next year, and I kind of want to use these one of the scenes in it. I want to do a supernatural romance thing that I might use this for. I have a film that I want to do
through
either
Joe's
this
Basic
summer
I think something like
or
this with
next
Brian
year.
would be a lot more fun for the one I was talking
Kind of
about.
want to use these one of the
For
scenes.
the
Yeah.
for some like interview-esque segments with the characters.
Or one where they're like sitting like discussing like I gotta get through Joe's Basic.
Yeah.
And they're both like leaned hunched down to the bottom of the frame.
And meanwhile in the background he walks by.
Okay,
For some like interview-esque segments.
First thing I want to
Or
do,
one
all
where they're
right,
like sitting like
and I
discussing.
played around with intensity, we played around with
And they're
quality,
both like leaned hunched down
played
to the
around
bottom
with
of the frame.
quality, and direction,
okay.
little shape. Let's play with color.
First thing I want to do, all right.
David, can you
Yeah,
help
played around
find
with
one of those
intensity, we played around
sickly
with quality.
green? Played around with quality
I'm about to
and
move into,
direction, little shape. Let's play with color. David, can you help find one of those sickly green? Sickly green.
I'm trying to think of a movie that uses that. I can't
We don't have a, do we have a, do you need light?
In some of the Green Goblin.
That's actually
We don't have a sickly.
Yeah.
Not gonna worry about it. All right.
So I love
We don't have a,
The first Tobey Maguire one?
the second one's my favorite.
Yes.
but
The first two are really good.
The first two are really good. I don't care.
That's
Look in the light, David.
There's also a bad movie. Not a bad movie, but just not good.
I wish they had developed it better at the beginning of the second.
Yes. The first two are
They
really
didn't.
good.
They were just like, oh, it's a creature.
It should have been Venom or Sandman.
we talked about green. Green can be, depending on the shade it is, very sort of verdant and meaning light, but a lot of the times, the right shade of green is going to appear to be.
It should have been Venom or
We
Sandman.
talked about green. Now we kind of lost. Green can be, depending on the shade it is, very sort of verdant and meaning light, but a lot of the times, the right shade of green is going to appear to be kind of.
This looks a little bit comedic.
Let's get
Almost the same shade we
some
used for
really, really solid blue,
It
a
kinda
good
looks like
solid,
it's like
complete,
climbing
and we can get it out of the, we can get it out of the pro kit if we need to, or we can just, that'll be fine. You got your hands on the blue, let's just use it.
All right.
All right.
I think it's the same shade we used for 54, is it not? The same shade of green. I think it's the same we used for 54. I was like, it looks familiar.
Now these
I was
are
trying to
party
place it.
gels. If I leave them on
Just
these lights too long, like a half hour, they'll probably start to melt a little bit. You could never use these on the Airy kits. That just would never work in a million years. Okay. Okay. And now I need red.
Oh?
Oh.
Now I want to play
I
with
think
some
it's
of
going
these.
on like
Let me see if I can make this work.
Green, blue, and
I
red.
think the red's going on the kicker.
I would assume, yeah, because then it would like. Oh,
Oh, that'll be
oh
fun.
yeah, this had my face.
Someone make one light in the background purple.
Oh my god. It's getting with the blue.
Ah!
There's a strobe there. With the blue,
What are
it
you doing?
with the blue, it looks like Moonlight, or like the movie
Look away,
Moonlight.
folks.
Which good ass movie. If y'all haven't seen Moonlight, go see it.
What movie? What
I
movie?
think it's called Moonlight.
Moonlight? Oh, like Best Picture Moonlight?
Yes. I looked right into that light.
Ah!
Yeah, look, right, that was a bad time.
No, Moonlight is amazing.
You
I've
just
seen
got
it multiple times.
literally
And I love it.
flashbanged.
Great queer movie too, which we all love a good
I
representation.
just watched Scott Pilgrim for the first time.
For the first time,
For real?
First time.
they're making the anime for it, and it's.
I'm so excited, but I watched the movie for the first time because my roommate was like, hey, let's watch something before I move out. So we watched Scott Pilgrim.
No, Scott Pilgrim's great.
It's phenomenal.
Now, a lot of people have very bad media literacy takes with that movie, but it's a good movie.
It's a really good movie, and I love the post-production on it. I
Oh.
love all the special effects.
Fucking
It's
absolutely.
great. I love all the video game jokes.
And apparently a lot of the post team is going to come back to assist with the animation style.
Yeah, which is super fun.
They're going to be like assisting and like consultants for the animation. I'm very excited for that.
I also just watched Theater Camp recently.
I haven't seen that one. I want to see that.
It's very good, especially it's. I think
Yeah.
it doesn't hit as hard unless you are a theater kid or an ex theater kid.
Alright,
It
let's
hits a
get
lot
that.
harder if you've done theater.
It's like Whiplash for band kids.
Yeah, It's like if you've done theater or have been in a theater environment, especially a queer one. Oh yeah, it hits hard.
I was gonna say, aren't they all?
Well, yeah. all
What theater environment isn't a
Yeah,
theater
a
environment?
theater environment is.
Oh. I look like I'm about to murk some kids.
All
or
right,
something.
now what we kind of want to play around with a little bit are levels.
I was going for Anakin, but
We're kind of losing
Master
the Venetian blind, so let's give that a little bit more
Skywalker.
power.
What am I gonna do? I've lost the red now. I don't know what happened to my hair. Okay.
Oh my God, I put it out of focus
There's too
again.
many of them. What are we going to do?
Let's bring it down and kind of bring it a little bit
All
under.
I'm thinking with the
This
red
does
hair.
look very Star Wars.
Which is amazing because the previous
All right.
cinematography lighting style is
David?
great.
You know where you go, right?
Yes.
Go take up your post.
Production. Is he the menacing figure in the background? Am I about to get murdered?
Learn to lean on the right door, cross your arms. CJ, I'm gonna bring you over here for a second.
Okay.
You're gonna have to stand up just for a second. I'm
Okay.
gonna get you over this cable. All right, sit in this chair and I'm going to position
Oh, are you over the shoulder to me?
Yes.
Yay.
Oh, so
I
you're
am
looking
dirty
over CJ's shoulder
singling.
at me while I feel like you and Dave are like in cahoots and like about
I'm
to
dirty
murder me.
singling you, and unfortunately, we are hitting the.
Oh, there's
Camera.
Scream War.
This is an invention.
Because there's an open shoulder, it's like Billy's like, Billy's like sitting in the back, like looking at her.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I get what she's going for.
I also was making a Ghostface is always two people joke.
Yes.
All right,
Also,
so
you know, the very attractive
CJ, you are
faces in
right
the
on the
movie.
edge. So
Am I?
anytime you move, you will leave the frame. So just
Okay.
a little bit to your left, just nothing unnatural, but okay. Bring you out a little bit.
I didn't kill him, I swear.
She was in there, and now she's
Yeah,
on
lean
the
forward a little
floor.
bit towards me.
Can you lean forward? Yeah.
There you are a little bit. Well, just your hair, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe swap your hair to the other. So your hair's in the other.
I can, but it's not very
Nah, you don't have to,
convenient
it's
because
okay.
this side is
I was
buzzed.
gonna say you have a buzz on it.
I need to get shaved.
Okay,
It's like thrown out, and now I need a buzz on
our
it.
foreground character is getting lit by our kicker. Right? So that's why we've got some light on her. Our background character is largely in silhouette because of the light that's behind it.
I'm going to have to take your word for it.
Yeah, I know. I'll send you this. You'll be able to look
Okay.
at it.
If my phone wasn't so massive. with
David, do me a
I'll
favor.
show
Go
you my
further
phone.
back in the room.
But for reference. No, off reference.
And now
My phone.
kind of, yeah, right there. Now move a little to your right so that the door splits you a little bit.
I can't tell.
A little bit more to your right. Like right there.
I think
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah.
to David, not you.
Like right here? Or a little more?
The only thing I
He was talking to David, I think.
Okay. I got confused. My bad.
No, he was having David move this way, so the door was like.
I have to like half lean the other way.
Why didn't you start it like that?
Okay.
I don't know anything about Bigfoot. I haven't seen him yet. I'm definitely not Mothman. I definitely am not.
Hey now, don't spoil my fun.
We still missing the
It
Venetian
is a
blind
very
little
good
bit?
idea.
I really want to.
No, we got
If
this.
I'm free when you do that, I'd love to help you on it. It sounds
I'm
like
gonna need a lot of people.
Okay, this would be,
I'd love to help
I'm not
with
saying this
cinematography on that
is,
because
this
we
is
could
the
do
greatest
some
lighting ever,
shit on that with
but
like
this
lighting
would
shit.
be some
VFP.
form of low-key lighting. Something that's a little more sinister, something where things are darker than they are brighter. This does not look like a happy romantic moment between the two characters, right? This looks
I hope we're both
threatening,
in the same thing there.
right? Both in terms of the situation and the lighting. It's Matthew, right? No.
Brandon.
Huh?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Shit. It's okay.
Just lean back.
Oh.
Okay, now what I want you to do,
Oh.
now what I want you to do is lean forward. Back to where you were.
That's really cool.
Right?
Trying hard not
Now
to.
we should follow him with focus, which being blind I'll probably be unable to do, but we can definitely follow
Anybody
him
in here
with
gonna follow focus?
go ahead and lean forward. Right? So we have him, depending on if he moves, and our subjects
Put the
move,
women in
we
children.
have him in two separate lighting.
situation. Okay, we have got
Halloween theme place.
about 10 minutes. It'll take us about 5 minutes to pack this up. It doesn't take that long. Let me ask you guys, change something. Do something else.
Us or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
anybody. Go out there and do something different.
Move
I
me
feel like
as
they
you
should. I
please
feel like
if you
purple
want.
lighting should be in here.
Yeah, different
somewhere.
colors.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be some sort of purple. We can make this euphoria and go pink and purple. Or move me, I guess. I don't know.
Purple?
Ah.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what it looked
I
like.
feel like maybe instead of the blue, a purple, green, and red.
Purple could be very fun.
Pretty well purple.
I feel like if y'all want to move me,
Yeah, if you want to move either of us, also you
I was
can.
thinking instead of the blue,
Instead of blue? Okay.
because they bring it down a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but it's also just totally not using this to experiment on things I want to do this weekend for my film, and hijacking this class so I can figure out things beforehand.
It's okay.
Ooh.
And I'll say I feel like it's gonna make it look a little. I don't know.
Ooh.
Fun.
And I feel like the green needs to change. We've changed blue to purple, but I'm not sure to what.
The framing's weird now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because I turned around partially.
Well, no, I think it's just the yeah.
Oh.
On Brandon.
It's like he's closer. Did you move closer?
I think I did.
Wow, it's really weird. What am I?
Did you like accidentally zoom in when you were following me?
I can't zoom in. It's not a zoom.
It's a,
Ow. I don't know.
It just may need a little bit of kick back here. There we go.
We lose the green lighting now. You
Or
almost
maybe
like
they-
Maleficent colors.
I almost want the green to be more apparent.
Can we turn up the green?
Where is the green?
Well, now you can turn it up. It will not get more green, but we can put more green on it.
Let's put
I feel
more
like we-
green
David,
on
why
it.
don't you step out? You can probably help find
I feel like
another
we
green.
both more green and heavy
Turn
green
it up
lighting.
and turn
So
it
it's
up
not.
and put more green on it. And I
So
think
it's not reflecting off surfaces as much as I think it needs to be.
No, I think it needs to be brighter, and I think it needs to have more green.
Here, the red off my hands. Before I was.
All right, crank it up a little bit, David.
Alright, give me
Give me a second. I like this. My story.
Straight. Cyclops would be like from here.
And David, why don't we'll just step you out. We'll just look at the room for now. Is that more the kind of green you were hoping for, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to spin around really quick
The,
so I
the
could see
computer
it.
screen is killing us, but I don't think we can turn that off, can we?
Well, we can't turn it off. I've been in there before and tried to and turned it down. It just takes kind of a while.
Man.
Yeah, because there's a weird glare on that like far right monitor. Or
Yeah, I don't have time to log in and do all that, so we'll just have to live with it. We can cover it up if we want to.
I mean, why not?
yeah, we could.
Toss something over it, I guess. We
Run
had some.
something over it.
Yeah, grab me another one. Did you see those tablecloths, those cheap
Maybe a second
black
wrap might be good.
tablecloths? They're wrapped in plastic.
yeah.
So I feel like if we get like the red here.
Okay, we got about 2 minutes, guys. If you want to make changes, make them now.
Is there a thing on this thing for like fire flickering? Or is it just like pop
No,
up?
it's got lightning, it's got TV, it's got.
TV might work for the flickering.
Try TV.
Also, maybe if you add a little more red, second red palette to it, it might work better. Okay, man.
I think it's on a little bit more yellow. Maybe.
That's a good point. Like an orange, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Toss that one out there.
Excellent. Give it to you. Thank you.
Oh! Hello, look behind you, CJ.
Oh, that's very fun. Spooky.
I'm waiting for like Sam or somebody to like pop out of the corner. For all of you that didn't get that trick or treat reference, it's a good movie.
No, my brother.
Yeah. TV isn't
I've
there.
never
Joe,
seen it, but my
Joe
brother-
and Trey showed it to me. So good.
Man, talking about Ghostface makes me want to rewatch the first Scream movie.
Which is your favorite Scream movie? Which is your
One.
least?
One is my favorite.
All right,
Not
that
the
definitely
first
changed
Scream.
it.
4 is my favorite.
So are you trying to do an effect over there?
3 is my least.
Be sure you
3 or
got it up
5.
to a number of frequencies or it'll just stop.
1,
Does it go
4,
Does it go
6.
past
So we
that?
talk about the knife wipe in the FNAF
That's
movie.
one is-
That's a reference to
Yeah.
Scream 1, and I love it.
Like the plot twist of 4.
Ooh, I kinda like fireworks.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
I've heard 6 is decent, but I haven't seen it.
It's my third. I go 1, 4, 6. Like it is like
I've
below
heard
6.
it's very good.
Yeah.
It's probably the most
Okay, that's all we got
actual
time for.
horror esque.
Next week, we're gonna do high key lighting, and then after that, you will have a chance to voluntarily come in to do lighting on your own. And I'll have those things up. So let's get everything, let's get the overheads on, let's get all the lights saved, and let's start packing everything up that we can.
There you go.
Ah,
Stretch, stretch.
my eyes.
Oh,
Yeah, my knees are just wobbling.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Yeah, yeah.
where did this come from? Oh, it goes
Based on what the light meter is telling you, right? So if the light meter is telling you, if the light on the way,
Yeah, they show up.
Saving, I guess.
Yeah.
I would
And
bet-
that's how the story
I,
is.
for you, I make it
that,
a 4.
the coochies
I
bring them
write it
together
up
and then
to
these
one side,
aspects.
right, just to make sure the skin tone is good, because again,
This is racist. Look how small. Look how small racism can be. I'm gonna say that out of context. And there's actually a lot. I'll try to have to send you guys. There's actually a lot, and a lot of.
Are we taking this?
I don't know that we're taking you.
also.
Did he tell you to take
We're
this
not
off?
taking this.
Yeah, I wait till he says zero left, that's his.
Alright, well, then we'll all just leave it be. It's
Yeah.
not falling over, just leave it be.
No, yeah, that's his one, so we're gonna leave that to him.
Okay.